Hello, everybody. Welcome to another night on our countdown to Shmita. Only 1 week left. It's coming fast. Hope everyone's doing well. Another beautiful day today. Making the most of what we have left here. Oh, man. Steve D. Hey, Randy. Welcome. My Mexicans. Greetings from Seattle. Pulse chain coming soon. Australia's in the house. Randy, hope you had another blessed day. Is Panama weather like Florida's? Man, ever since we got back from Europe, it's been raining every single day. Every day. Unbelievable. It's getting ridiculous now. Usually it doesn't rain like this until November, December, but we've been home now for a month. Every day. SEC declares that they own all Ethereum and all ERC20s. Man, this Gary dude going mad. Pac-Man, I don't know about that. I haven't heard about that. Also, I think you said yesterday that Hex POW has its copies automatically staked if the eHex was staked. Yes, sir. They had a system stake copy just like we're going to get on Pulse Chain. So it was like it's good practice for what we're going to have when Pulse Chain launches. My wife's out there trying to talk to her mom. My son's trying. You guys can hear that. He's like, I want to talk. Let me talk. Pulse needs to come out ASAP because SEC declares they own all of Ethereum. Oh, really? Is that what they think? I haven't seen that yet. Hey, Randy, thank you for your hard work and dedication to our community. I really appreciate you. You're welcome, TexX. Randy and everyone, good evening, Susie. What up, fam? Let's go. Yes. Time to wake up out of the matrix. Corey, jeez, man. I woke up abruptly. For me, it had to be 2006, even though I started earlier, but that time when I sat up and I was like, holy crap. That had to be 2006 for me when I read Dollar Collapse by Peter Schiff. Tin Top, what's up, Mexicans? Turning into a little community here. Hola. Alex, how you doing? Crypto Cashew. Rando's dropping truths again. I'm all great work, bro. Thank you. New Zealand. Joshua, welcome. Did you get rid of that PM yet? She's creepy as hell. PPP. We call Gary Gensler a rat snake weasel. Yes, he is. Morning all. Thanks, Randy, for this. No problem. Fat Bob was on. Dog is still farting under the table. Love to work for this SEC and be a mole and expose them from within. Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, Wild SJ, welcome. First time I've seen you. Cool. Awesome. Finally watching one of your live streams, Nix. Appreciate your contributions, Randy. No problem. Man, you guys are here on time tonight. It's almost like classes. Everyone's ready for class today. All right. So I learned a couple things today. I'm always getting educated. It was, what was his name? Soulja Pete. Soulja Pete sent me some content I thought was really interesting. So I cut up the video a little bit. I'll put the full video in the chat for you guys if you want to watch it later. It's a little bit more on the religious end, but I chopped it up and just took out the parts that I felt were part of what we need to talk about. I'll put that in the chat. That's the video that Soulja Pete actually sent me, and I just cut it up. First time, long time fam. Your wife is awesome on TikTok. Thanks, SJ. I'll tell her that after we're done. All right, so I'm going to show this quick video, and it talks about the Shmita, but more importantly, it's talking about the Jubilee. And the Jubilee is what's coming after. And the Jubilee's actual official date starts on October 5th. I thought it was the 27th, but yeah, Pulse gains the bull pony. No, not the bull pony Vin. I'm not sharing that. No, that's a little bit too on the religious side. I'm talking. This is the video about the Shemitah cycles and the dates. All right, it's 2 minutes.
Is 2022 a Jubilee year? Let's see. 1407 plus the 0 year, we add 1, plus 2022 AD equals 3,430 years. Divided by 49 equals 70. 2022 is not only a Jubilee year, it's the 70th Jubilee. 10, the number of ordinal perfection, multiplied by 7, the number of divine completion, equals 70. 70 Jubilees from when Israel entered the Promised Land. Going forward 3,430 years, we land on the 10th of Tishri, the day that begins the 70th Jubilee, on October 5th, 2022, on our Roman calendar. Elul 29 on the Hebrew calendar brings to an end a 49-year sabbatical cycle. This happens on September 25th, 2022 AD on the Roman calendar. The following day is Tishri 1, and that is the first day of the first year of a new 7-year Shemitah cycle. This happens on September 26th, 2022 on the Roman calendar. 10 days later, on Tishri 10, the Jubilee year begins on the first year of the new Shemitah cycle, which is also the 50th year on a Jubilee cycle. Counting from Tishri 10, 1407 BC, when Israel entered the Promised Land, to Tishri 10 of 2022 AD on the Hebrew calendar, announces the 70th Jubilee, which will take place on October 5th, 2022. In other words, it appears as if the 70th week of Daniel begins on the next 7-year Shemitah cycle. That is also the 70th Jubilee, which will begin on October 5th, 2022.
Amazing, right? How the numbers all line up. So it looks like it's going to get very interesting because, like I said, the Jubilee is very similar to Shemitah. It's a time for forgiveness, debt forgiveness, letting the farms rest, bringing the family back together, and things like this. So, like where families were separated, they were told in the Jubilee year they come back together as a family. So, I get chills thinking about it. This could be a really, really interesting next year. This is my first Jubilee year. I wasn't born yet in 1971, 72 when the last one happened. And we already know what happened. There was some big things that happened that year. That's the year that abortion was made illegal in the United States. That's the year that the Vietnam War ended. And that's the year that fiat currency came to be. 1971 was when they made the law, and it actually rolled out in 73. But they got rid of the gold standard. And this time, it looks like they're rolling out the CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies, in 2022 or 2023, right? So, because remember, it starts this October 5th, and it goes all the way to next September. Let's see. Let's see where you, wow, you guys are flying. It's my mom. I finally stayed awake long enough to watch you. My mom's on East Coast time, so she's an hour ahead of me. I saw a concert by Lady Gaga. It was canceled due to lightning. First thing I thought of was Shmita for some reason. There's been so many concerts canceled. Artists are canceling left and right. It's kind of crazy. Bull Pony, Pulse Gains. I can't share that one. That was a little bit too long. Yeah, October 5th is the beginning of the Jubilee. We have a 10-year gap there, or 10-day gap, which I didn't know. I thought it just started the 27th. Yeah, Bull Pony's, I like his videos, but he goes a little bit too on the religious side for me. And, him preaching, mixing religion with politics, it's not, I don't like that too much. But he does say some cool stuff. I haven't watched Bull Pony probably It's about 10 years because I'm a gold and silver guy and I listen to his gold and silver stuff. What does all this mean? Higher APY on PulseX? Let's hope. I posted a video link in last video message area. It could be very relevant to Shmita. I thought I'd run it by you before posting it here. Pearl, you could send it to me on Twitter if you want. That's where everyone's sending me the videos, is in Twitter DMs, because there is no way to send a private message on YouTube. I wish they had something like that. Staying present, but also excited to see what plays out. Harmonic hexagon. That's kind of how I am. I am just. This is like a kid in a candy store for me, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. And I'm seeing all this stuff happen, and it's just blowing my mind. This is exciting times we're living in. Ovidian Hex 55. Exactly. So good things are coming. Well, let's hope. Let's hope that there's some good things in the Shmita year. Yeah, I am, Mr. Prophet 74. Sure am. You're the tiger. Hex Asians in the house. Crypto King, all the way from Japan. Man, we're representing the world today. Yeah, my mom is a crypto mom. Everybody, thanks, guys. She'll appreciate that. Don't want to sacrifice a maxi for team, not an ETH POS, at least. Doug, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't do it either. I like the team idea, but I like my maxi better. Lights out's here from way up in cold north. Pulse chain coming soon. I am thinking depression is coming, freaking me out, but at the same time, just going to have to sit through it. Yeah, okay. So what if? I want to show you this really quick before we get into the what if. This is the World Economic Forum's on their main website. They started in the last Jubilee. They launched in the last Jubilee 50 years ago. I thought that was very interesting. Wouldn't it be cool if we washed these assholes away? Got rid of them. They launched on February 7th, 1971. Unbelievable. It's so the numbers game that these people play, or that the supposed people of power play. Klaus welcomes participants in the inaugural European Management Symposium in 1971. Otto von Habsburg on the left delivered the keynote speech. The Habsburgs, the Habsburgs, like the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Habsburgs, yeah, those people. Klaus and Hilde Schwab at their wedding in 1971 near Davos. I like it better when he's dressed up like Darth Vader. This is their first building. I mean, stuff's it just creeps me out, these people. And the fact that they have trained people in their organization in almost every government around the world, as high as they got prime ministers like Justin Trudeau is a WEF guy. And it's really, really sad to see that an organization like that could just infiltrate into governments around the world. And I hope that they get exposed this year, because how did he know? How did Senor Klaus know, and was able to write a book right after the lockdowns began? It was in March. He released his book, The Great Reset. It was like, so he must have known ahead of time, right? He had to have known ahead of time. It's from my mama. Thank you, my smart son. It's like, you're right about the Shmita year, Gandalf. I didn't have to be right, man. I just watched the cycles. Hey, LinkedIn's in the Celestine. Welcome. Somebody's watching on LinkedIn. That's cool. Crypto is down, but you could always moon the like button. Yes, you can. Don't let the door hit you in the asshole. That's all right. Get rid of these people. The Habsburgs had a pretty sketchy family. Yeah. Remember, it was one of the Habsburgs, I believe, that was assassinated. And that's what started supposedly World War I. If and when he dies, who takes over his position? Interesting. I wonder who. Yeah. Hexuminati. We need to start our own Illuminati or Pulse Illuminati. I have a good book on my desk called Bloodlines of the Illuminati by Fritz Springmeyer. Fascinating stuff. That sounds interesting. But is it one of those books that takes you down the rabbit hole and then you're like checking over your shoulder every 5 minutes? Those are dangerous books. Just King Charles is pushing the great. Well, he's one of the original people. Some people speculate that he's the one that was guiding Klaus, one of the people that was in the original crew. My father used to say it was the guys in the gray suits were the problem, never what it meant when I was 10 years old. But a father, now I remember him. Yeah, except it was Klaus in his Darth Vader suit. They had so much incest in that family that they were known as the ugliest royalty. Lights out. Yeah, incest isn't good. I mean, look at what's his name in Egypt, King Tut. Look at the pictures. What they rendered pictures of what King Tut would have looked like, and he just looks like an alien. His body's all deformed and stuff because he was just incest. They didn't want to have their blood get tainted. And more than half of Trudeau's cabinet. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff did have some nicknames for all these guys. These guys, Kill Gates and Satan Klaus. Yeah, I got to be careful though, because I was there when we lost the YouTube channel. The Dollar Vigilante YouTube channel got taken down. We had, I think, 70,000 followers or something like that. That channel, the views were amazing. It was just nuts. I don't know. Randy's always busting out in the third person, especially on Twitter. I find it fun. It annoys some people though. They don't like Randy doing that. Alexander, how you doing? William was born on an eclipse. Really? Well, we've got a solar eclipse in October and we have a lunar eclipse in November. Yeah, creepy as hell. St. Klaus and Charles are buds, and Klaus is a Rothschild, I think, by marriage. Oh my God, seriously. I'm not going to say this one, but I'll put it up. Got some David Icke fans in the house. I think I shared the story of how I first found David Icke on the psych unit. One of my patients, a young guy, he came in. He was out of his mind. He got some bad weed. And he had this book in his room, and it was David Icke's book. And I said, dude, you really shouldn't be reading this. And he said to me, no problem. He goes, I got an assignment for you. Because, when people when they're having some mental issues, they're very intense. So he's like, I got an assignment for you, man. I said, what? He goes, I want you to take this book home and read it. So I took it home. I read it over 2 days. I came back and I was like, yo, bro. I see what happened. He didn't last long. We sent him home really quick because it definitely was bad weed, but very interesting stuff. That book by David Icke. Thoughts on the naked boy jumping out the window of Buckingham Palace? No, come on, man. I mean, I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned. I'm hoping that's what's coming out. I'm hoping that all the Ghislaine Maxwell names come out. And they start talking and arresting people. It was interesting that that Charles' brother, it was true that they stripped him of his titles and stuff, and he was walking during the march recently. He wasn't wearing his uniform, the royal uniform. Andrew, I thought that was interesting too, and maybe something's coming down. It's just that it hasn't happened yet. When they say the 24th of September is going to be a day that we will never forget, maybe that's the day that they just round up all the pedos. That's what I can hope for. Good evening, fam. Because look, everybody knows now. The cat is out of the bag. We all know that they're doing this stuff. It's high time that there's arrests made, right? Remember that awesome clip of Luke surprising a Rothschild for an interview? Yeah. That was awesome. Luke's got some big brass ones, man. He doesn't care. I like the one he did with General Petraeus as well. And General kept trying to run away from him. Why was because talking about what I'm talking about right now, Nixar, this kind of stuff. Somebody reported it, and the channel got taken down, and we never got it back. We got it taken down once. We fought and got it back, and yeah. Then we set up a new channel. There's a new channel on YouTube that I set up that's still there, but I don't even think they use it since I left the company. Now they're on Odyssey and Rumble and places like that. There you go. Back up on Rumble. I use Odyssey because it automatically takes my videos here and puts them on Odyssey. But sometimes the videos don't go through, so it's like 1 out of every 4 won't even show up over there. I don't get it. Of the live streams. Thank you, T-Bird. Another one of our Aussie friends. Saw a video of the car Rico plan. Yeah. Yes. I saw the video. People just somebody just realized that the plates of the car that she stepped into that night are different than the plates of the car that was found in the accident. So who knows? Maybe they disappeared or another way. Instead of Maxwell clients, they're going to indict because they're scared of him running for 2020. Hey, that's possible. Anything's possible. I don't have anything off the table. This is going to be a really weird year. Could be good weird or bad weird. Excuse ignorance, but is the turning point supposed to start after Shmita? This is a different year because we have a Jubilee year. This is the 70th Jubilee. So that's why we're all kind of like, what's going to happen now? The last time we had a Jubilee, a bunch of stuff happened, right? After the Shmita. The Shmita was 71 and the Jubilee was going into 72, 73. So what's going to happen? That's the big question. And I hope it's a bunch of good stuff. No problem, Joseph. Something about Bannon with an hour-long interview. I've heard of anything like that? No, I have not. I'm trying not to say the names, okay, guys? I don't want too much attention. Sorry, I tried to edit for spelling and okay, no problem. Fictitious characters on the world stage cannot be arrested because everyone you think you know about them, everything you think you know about them is fiction. Roger, you could absolutely be right. Have you seen these masks that these people can wear now, and you can't even tell they're a real person or not, especially on camera? It blows my mind. I saw one where it looked like a normal person, and then they pulled it off, and it was somebody else underneath. I mean, who knows? And then they have, on top of that, now we have deep fakes. Don't get disappeared, Randy. I'll try not to, Lazy X. I try not to. Nice. Yeah, you can sync on both Odyssey and Rumble. Learn from a tape video of all things. Oh, really? I didn't know you could sync to Rumble. That makes my life easy. Then I'll definitely do that. Where do you get the information for the dates of Shmita and Jubilee? I did a Google search and it seems to disagree with your dates and times. No, I just go by, go watch some of the, don't get it from the heathens, right? Go to the Jews. I go straight from the Jews. I go straight from the horse's mouth. There's a bunch of YouTube videos about Jubilee this year, or not YouTube, not Jubilee, Shmita. And on Bull Pony's video, they were saying the Jubilee year, they were saying how it's already happening, and I was like, look, you guys are off by a year. I don't know where they got their numbers, so I was really confused by that. Predictor program, they got the world calling her, yeah. Oh wow, wow. Also saw a video of Scud Muscle going into the Pentagon. It was an old video, but looked real. Exactly. There's so much fake stuff out there. Those deepfakes are super creepy. They can literally make you say or do anything. Yeah. And those are ones that came out a few years ago. So now who knows what we're seeing? I mean, yeah, just go straight to the rabbis. There's rabbi videos on YouTube where they're talking about this year's Shemitah and the dates and all that kind of stuff. I don't go to like regular Christian folks and listen to that stuff. No, I go straight to the horse's mouth. It's their religion. So I listen to them. Now, some people believe that the Essenes, that they're the ones who hid away the Dead Sea Scrolls, that their years are different. They have a different cycle than the Jews that are the rabbis and everything of today. And that's great. But when someone said that to me and said, oh, but the Nassim said this, I said, the Nassims don't exist anymore. So I'm going by the stuff that's being used, right? So it's like having a dead society and we're still going to follow their calendar. No, can't do that. So, all right. Let's talk crypto. And I thought this article was pretty funny because I am a crypto guy and I understand being perma bulls, but in my opinion, they're just setting people up to get wrecked. Long the Bitcoin bottom or watch and wait. Bitcoin traders plan their next move. Bitcoin price dropped to 18,270, but derivatives traders didn't flinch. Here's why. Bitcoin faced a 9% correction in the early hours of September 19th as the price traded down to 18,270 and bounced back above 19,000. Pro traders held their ground and were not inclined to take the loss as measured by derivative contracts. Pinpointing the rationale behind the crash is extremely difficult, but some say United States President Joe Biden's interview on CBS 60 Minutes raised concerns about global warfare. Any excuse they can. Let's look at crypto derivatives data to understand whether professional investors changed their position while Bitcoin crashed below 19,000. There was no impact on BTC derivatives metrics during the 90% crash. Yeah, there's no impact. Okay, I don't need to go into all that. What I want to say is that right before there's a crash, they try to get as many of us in long every time. They want you to buy their bags before a crash. And you'll start seeing a lot of news pieces are like, oh, it looks like Bitcoin is turning around. It looks like Ethereum's turning around. Buy our bags, buy our bags, buy our bags. It's just like on Twitter when you saw some people saying when Hedron was 5 zeros and a 6, they're like, oh my God, Hedron's going up forever. Buy Hedron, buy Hedron, buy Hedron. Or when Hex is at 56 cents, there's people out there saying, oh, buy Hex. Hex is going to $2. It's going to go up forever. No, things don't go up forever. And I'm usually the one that takes the hits for everybody. And I'll tweet out something like, guys, it's time to take profits, or I will not be buying here. Like the first time, I remember Brennan / Bree got really, really pissed with me because I said on the first time that Hedron went to 5 zeros and 7 when it hit its all-time high, I said, this is not, I started saying this at 5 zeros and a 5. I said, this is not time to start buying Hedron. There's no reason for the price of Hedron to be mooning like this. I said, be very careful. And I remember Brennan just went on a tirade on my tweet. Randy, why are you saying this? It's going to go up. I said, no, it's not. There's no reason for Hedron to go up. Absolutely nothing. And I think Motley was the other one who was saying, look, at that time, there was nothing for Hedron until ICOSA launched. And now we have ICOSA, so now we have a reason to own Hedron. Back then, all of us that had Hex and a bunch of T-shares, we were getting free Hedron every day. And we still have it, the 10x multiplier, or 9x or 7x or 8x or whatever you got. You're getting Hedron every day. But now you have something to use it with. So now I'm not as pessimistic about the future price of Hedron. But at the time, I was like, look, guys, this is coming down. And then I started saying, okay, once it got back down to 5 zeros, 2 in that area, I was like, okay, now might be a time to buy because something's coming. That's when Alex said that they're going to build something else. And I was like, okay. And people did well. Man, I had a friend who bought a bunch at 5 zeros, 2, and he's a very happy camper right now. Michael Lamont. Hebrew is a magical language. Some people talk some real drivel about the Jews. Yeah, I love them. Like I said, I grew up with them. When I went to private school for a few years, we used to share the bus with the Hillel Academy. And more than half of our bus was Jewish kids. And then when I was still in public, and before that, I was in public school, and half of my classmates, we had this accelerator program. These kids that I was in a couple classes with, they were mostly Jewish. and I had good friends in the Jewish, and I loved them, man. My one friend that's Jewish, I still keep in touch with him today from 20 something. Well, man, I'm getting old. So you're talking almost 30 years ago. It's nuts. I tweeted out about 30 million USD worth of liquidations today. Whoa. Get ready. Watch out, guys. Yeah. Be careful, guys. These people have no interest in making sure that your bags are safe. They will pump. They will continue the pump, whether it's in Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, Yahoo News, or on Twitter or YouTube videos with BitBoy, and those guys are going to say buy, and all the time they're selling, sell. That's how it goes. And I'll try not to be that way. You know, I was guilty back in 2016, 2017. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just saying buy these tokens. I thought that the bull market was going to go on forever, and I was still saying buy stuff in November, December, and all the way into probably March. I remember I was a big fan of VeChain. And I was telling everyone to buy VeChain, and dude, I got wrecked. Everybody got wrecked. But I didn't do it because I was just trying to get people to buy my bags. I wanted the price to go up, and I didn't understand that the bull market was done. Getting wrecked is not fun. Yeah. Pray. I like how you spelled pray, P-E-R-Y, because if Bitcoin's at 11,000, that means Hex is probably a penny or eighth of a penny or 8/10 of a penny. It's going to be an opportunity of a lifetime for you guys to get in and wait for the next bull market. Wait, pass this one. Oh yeah, that Bree. Brennan does not like me. Yeah. Just inflation, taxes go up forever. Yeah, those two do. Those two do. Yeah, those 10Xs are like the Watsas. The Watsas are NFTs that you can get on, or you could get on Icosa when it launched. It was only available for the first 10 days. They're priceless. I got 3 of them, smaller ones, but I just figure hold them for a long time. Pass them on to my kiddo. The 10X multipliers, they're just money printers. Randy got the Shmita connections. Yes, I do. What's up, Randy? I went to school with Shmita. Williams, I think we hear last name. That's funny. That's some funny shit. Oh, good. Spanish Habsburgs in particular, ugly. Check out Charles II of Spain. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to pull it up, but yeah. David. That's a good crypto dad. Yeah. Yeah. Pass it along to the kiddo. My kid, he's got I think about 100 T-shares that I set up for him back in 2019, 2020. We don't have such a thing, guys. Look, you guys live in the West, and there's one subject I do not talk about. That's that subject, because I chose to live a free life, and my wife is quite wealthy. I'm poor as dirt, and because she's not a U.S. citizen, she doesn't have to worry about that stuff, right? But if you guys want to live a freer life, you got to move to freer lands, and watch The Nomad Capitalist if you want to learn about those things. He's the master of doing everything legally, and Andrew Henderson is his name. And he tells you how to get passports, residencies, where to go for the best taxes, for jobs and things like that. Or maybe not jobs, because he goes and helps 7 and 8 figure income people to help them move abroad. So like I would recommend getting a passport if you can, when you can afford it. Even us, we're thinking about getting it would be a 3rd passport for me and a 2nd for my family. And we've talked, Antigua, Grenada, those kind of islands, just because we want something in the Caribbean. I mean, me getting a Panama passport is cool, but they always say you really shouldn't have the countries that you have citizenship in, you shouldn't be living in them. You should be living elsewhere. That's the safest bet. But the best bet for a country like Panama is to work online, have your business and make all your money online, so that it's not within the tax system. Bobby says, David Lee always offering historical contrast. How are things? Oh, he's talking to David. Shmita was a fine girl. What good wife she would be. But my life, my love, my lady is the sea. Oh, God. Lights Out, it's pretty good, man. It really is. And they're supposed to be getting some, they were so close to signing a crypto law here about 6 months ago, or maybe it was 5 months ago. It was because we were in Europe when it happened. And the president, Nito Cortizo, he decided that he wanted it rewritten. So it didn't pass yet. So I'm just waiting. Good wife, good life. Yeah, exactly. Some people think I'm nuts that we have everything in Anna's name. I'm like, my wife's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm not worried one bit. People have trust issues. I don't have trust issues. Didn't RH just clearly hint in his latest tweet he's waiting for the bottom to launch? Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, RH isn't waiting for the bottom. He sure the hell is, because he wants blue skies. He wants Pulse to launch and only have blue skies. Let's do it. I'm cool for that. Rate hikes are across countries this week. Going to be bloody. Yes, they are. If you don't have your cash out, look, if you got liquid crypto right now, you better go to USDC. Well, okay. I recommend because like AK is saying, this next week we could see stocks get hit hard because interest rates are going to continue to go up. The 10-year is going to go up, the 2-year, everything's going to go up, and that's negatively correlated with crypto, with stocks, with real estate. Everything's going to start dipping again, and we're going to get that good old chart that we keep seeing of stock during Shemitah years. So is the Fed going to get dovish? I think so. They can't keep cutting rates forever, right? They might have one more after this. I mean, some people are thinking between 75 basis points or 100 basis points on Wednesday. I mean, I wouldn't doubt if they do 100. But after that, they might have one more time where they cut rates. Remember last week when the CPI came out, it was higher than they thought, but it was only by 0.1%. So it wasn't that much more than they thought. So if they raise the rates, everything's going to come down. But people are thinking it's already priced in already. But what they haven't priced in is the next one. And the other thing that's possible is because the U.S. is going into an election cycle in November, that the Fed might not do anything. They might not do any more for the rest of the year. If they do that, then that's going to be very bullish for crypto. And then October will be probably very good for us. I'm hoping. So lots of things that can play out. Let me go up. Paul Sachs. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Paul. I keep everything in my wife's name. What's your opinion on either accumulating ICOSA and stake it or mint team token and stake? Look, I'm not really big on the perpetuals. I like Maxi. Maxi was my favorite. I can't see how anything could bypass Maxi, which is the original coin that those guys made, the Maximus DAO. So I would probably do ICOSA. It's just that I've heard rumblings that there's some sharks out there that are looking to increase their holdings of ICOSA, and if it does that, that means that the smaller guys like me are going to get watered down a little bit. So my daily payouts will probably go down. So that's okay. Whatever. Of course, RH is waiting for the bottom. I sure would. I mean, we're almost there. Let it happen. Wiggles tie. I want blue skies too. Hex chart had some hard periods too in the first 600 days. It sure did. I remember. I was there. Yeah, it's gonna get bloody. Like that first up until March of 2020, the only thing I did with my hex is I bought in the first week. Maybe been 8 days, first 9 days or something on the AA, and I staked all my hex. The price was doing so bad that I didn't look at it again until we had that big, huge run up in March. So I had all my hex and they were staked out. So it was just like, okay, cool. And then we started buying again in March because I saw a reversal and I saw, okay, maybe this thing's going to do something. Because I was affected by the FUD too. Even though I wrote my first article in December talking about hex and everything, I was getting fudded out. I didn't want to buy because everyone's like, oh, this is a scam. This is a scam. I'm like, crap, man. I put over a Bitcoin into this. Everyone's calling it a scam. Did I get screwed? And it was starting to affect me too. If you're an early Hexkin and you're telling me that you weren't affected by the FUD, bullshit. Even Hexo will get affected by it. I remember Hexo would be on live stream and you could just see his face. He was just sullen. He was like, oh man, this sucks. Because the price was just going down, down, down in February. And then you had people like Balliot, if he shows up tonight, that'd be cool. Balliot Brand, who bought on the bottom day. I wasn't even looking at the price. I didn't care. I had other things going on. And we had things to worry about, like the lockdowns and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't really paying attention. But then in March hit, we had that huge pump. And after that, it was fun days. So yeah, don't worry. But those blue skies are nice. SP Wall Street is literally dumping at every rip. Yeah. We, the regular people, are their exit liquidity. They'll get on TV. Blue skies ahead. Everything's going to go well. Buy now. And meanwhile, they're dumping. Paladin, any news on the hurricane in Puerto Rico? No, I haven't seen anything. What I did see was the earthquake in Mexico today. 7.4. It's a pretty bad one. I'm glad we escaped Mexico. We were in Acapulco, and those earthquakes were not fun. We had a 5.8 one day. We were in the house, and I was on the couch. My wife was on the other couch, and my son was doing something, I don't know, playing at the table with some of his toys. And all of a sudden, he jumped off the chair and got underneath the table. And then, like 3 seconds later, the whole house started shaking, and my wife started screaming. It was crazy, man. We're like, man, our kid, his instincts. He was only 3 at the time. His instincts kicked in. He got underneath the table. That was cool. Do you think over half the population will be reduced because of the? If not, do you think a lot? I think there's going to be a lot of people that get sick. It's a ticking time bomb. That's a problem. We've seen people dropping all the time. I saw a good video today on Twitter where insurance companies say that heart-related deaths are up 40% since 2019, 40% annually since 2019. And they can't figure out why. What the hell? We all know why. Which way is Nancy blowing? Maddie, if you can follow Nancy's trades, you'll be super wealthy, right? Best trader in the history of mankind. I already been watching this whole series. First time catching a live. Patricia, welcome. Welcome. Paladin, yeah. I'll call her now. Supposed to meet for ice cream. Guys. They're talking about Pelosi. Ball sex. What is her call indicator on Twitter saying? Disgusting. That's even a thing. Exactly. There's actually a Twitter bot that follows Nancy Pelosi's trades because she's such a good trader. Hexo has a photo of RH on his wall. I have a pic of Alex Jones. Oh god. Lights out. That FUD was rough. The whole industry attacked us at that time. Yeah, I lost friends, guys. I was losing friends. It was like I got so depressed there, and I think it was like January, February. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Nobody in the industry wanted to talk to me anymore because I was talking about Hex, and then Andreas Antonopoulos. I commented on something with Andreas, and he just ripped into me and then blocked me because I was part of Hex. I owned Hex, and here's Andreas, who a guy I met multiple times. My wife never liked him; she couldn't stand his ass. And he just, after he said that tweet about me, a bunch of people unfollowed me. I was like, it's like this. I built this over so many years, and now this asshole's ruining my reputation. I had my name as Hexcoin posting on other people's YouTubes in the comments. It's a good way of getting blocked or getting your channel taken away, because they will report you. Undertaking job. Yes. I did see another video in Australia where they've been digging so many graves. It's really sad. Like I told you, my father-in-law is in bed right now. He just had a stroke after his third juice. My wife's aunt was paralyzed for a year after getting her first one, and she got paralyzed within like 3 or 4 days after getting it. So she's just now starting to be able to walk again. As a nurse, I it's just screaming, it's just jumping in my face. Our pediatrician, after we told him the story of her aunt, the first thing he said was, "Did she get the juice?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "That's why she's paralyzed." And this is a doctor. He was considered the best pediatrician in Panama. He used to be on the daily morning shows. Every doctor that was part of the system were trying to get his license taken away because he, in the first like 6 months or so, he was telling people like, "Don't worry about this. This is just like the FLU, don't worry about it. Just, stay home if you have to," those kind of things. And they were threatening to have his license revoked. And, we went to Mexico, we came back, we went and saw him because he's our son's pediatrician. And he was just shook. He was just like shaky. He's like, I'd never seen him like that. He goes, "Randy, they're coming for me." And I was like, "Man, what the hell?" But he's better now. So, because things have calmed down. He kept saying, "They're coming for our kids. They're coming for our kids." Because at the time he was worried that the law was going to pass. They're going to pass a law to give it to the kids, even on down to babies. But it never got through. Thank God. Sorry, I'm talking about that, but we were traumatized there in Panama. We had to get out. Welcome, Thoschild. We were talking about your family earlier. Oh, God. Andrea reminds me of a dodo bird. Andrea's, yeah, he's so bizarre. And anybody who knows him well thinks he's just. I knew people that knew him when he was nobody. And they said that he's come a long way with his speaking ability. But he was just a typical geek, right? He had no social skills whatsoever. Yeah, she did not like him. He's bizarre. Is Pepe Lamp from Tom Stone's? No, I think I ordered that one just online somewhere. I don't remember where. It was my first one. Yeah, exactly. It's sad they made nurses work early on. The nurses had to work so hard. And then all of a sudden, when it came out, they forced it upon them. Then they had to quit their jobs if they didn't take it. Marion Rewife. Putting Guru, good day. Good day, mate. Every time you write that, but good day, mate. The first nurse on TV who got the jab and fainted supposedly died now. Did she really? Did you guys see that video where she got the jab and she fell over? Don't know if that's true, but could no one see the writing on the wall? Yeah. Stockholm syndrome, guys. When your TV and your doctor and everyone's telling you to do this, you just do it. Yeah, good for you guys. Antonopoulos can't even afford a decent haircut. Remember when they raised a bunch of Bitcoin for him in 2017 because he was broke? He was Bitcoin's greatest speaker. So they're like, "Oh, he's our evangelist. Roger Ver's not doing it anymore. We got to help Andres." And he raised like $1 million with the Bitcoin. Andreas hates pretty women. Oh man, yeah. Guess Anna intimidated him. All she wanted to do was talk to him and get to know him. And he's just, both times, he's like blew her off. He's like get away from me type thing. It's like, what the don't treat my wife like that. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. You're not the only one. That's for sure. A job here for my partner or son. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You guys are lucky. Jeez. Sorry, Rob. Get her that Zeolite. You can get it on XEOLYTE, I think is the product. Get her the powdered zeolite and have her take her every day, and it takes out all the heavy metals out of your body. So good stuff. I got the spray one too because my son, he won't take the powdered one, so I spray in his mouth every day. It's not because of the juice. He didn't get any of those things. So it's just heavy metals. We are there's heavy metals coming at us from all sides, and it's just good to do it for kids. And like for me, I've got these amalgam fillings from when I was a kid, and I got to get them taken out. There's a dentist up in Costa Rica that does the really safe way of taking out the amalgam fillings. So I'm going to go up to Costa Rica in the spring and get it done. Pine needle tea. There's a bunch of good stuff. Zeolite's not expensive though. It's like $30 for like 2 months supply. Okay. That's great. Soldier Pete. Hey, I put that video up. We used it earlier, the one with the whiteboard. I just cut out the religious part and just showed the people what the dates were. I haven't looked at it. I'm not much into decentralized casinos. I don't really want to be affiliated with them with any of that stuff because I'm trying to get myself away from being a casino guy. I used to love going to the casino. My mom knows. But you know, it's a thing, something against my family. My grandma loved the casino on both sides. I just don't want to do it anymore. So I don't want to affiliate. I don't want to promote something like that. The real dichotomy where the jab is concerned, my scientist friends won't touch it. My friends that work in healthcare have to get it, or they lose their jobs. So they tend to justify. Yeah, exactly, Bobby. If I was still a nurse, I don't know what I would have done. That would have been terrible. If I was still working in the hospital, I don't know what I would have done. Mastering Ethereum, I meant. You spelled it wrong, though. What'd you say? I don't see a comment from you. It's all right. If you have whatever the question is, put it in there again. Yeah, that one nurse that got the jab and fainted, turns out she died and they covered it up. She was cute too. How I made. Oh man, that's so sad. I mean, there's a lot of people that lost their lives. Oh, Dr. Drew was on Timcast last week. Was he really? It was a great episode. And he talked about the latest, most successful ways of treating new patients. Worth the watch. Dr. Drew always seemed, I always wondered if he was on the inside or not. Interesting. Ooh, Merck amalgam. Yeah. I got all over. And I've always wondered if it's one of the reasons why I have some issues with my, with having immune deficiencies, like getting sick often. Ever since I came to Panama, it seems like I get sick so much here. I think it's the mold and those kind of things. But I'd like to get that taken out just to see what happens. And I ordered the powdered zeolite and just got the spray one recently. Trying that out too. See if that helps. Was an investment fund bank, so that's their narrative. I don't quite understand what that was for. Luke Duke, I just dozed off and had a crazy dream listening to Whales Only stream. We got cigars in place of every HSI steak over 10 years, and we lit up 2 of them. I can still taste it. Luke Duke, go get some cheese, man. You're the cheesehead, right? I think so. Chlorella for heavy metal. Yeah, it's another one. Japanese chlorella is also excellent for taking heavy metals out of your body. Chlorella. Define clear skies launching at bottom. Take PulseX, for example. What would clear skies chart look like? Bitcoin 11,000, Ethereum 700, 800. That's what I mean by clear skies, meaning that's the bottom. I can't imagine things going much lower than that. And then probably go and lay on the bottom there for a couple months, and then it'll start going back up. If it is a capitulation candle like we could have next week, then maybe the bottom's in next week. And then we just sit around there for a little while, and maybe it goes back to 14. And then sometime in October, Richard says, let's go. I hope so. What's the name of the dentist in Costa Rica? I can't remember. Look up homeopathic dentist, Costa Rica. They're in San Jose. Elemental magnesium is good for detox. Yeah, there's so many things, guys, really. And the other one is get yourself. I ordered Paragard to deworm as well, just to see if that could be a problem. We just never know. Who knows what we caught when we were in Mexico. Really? Cool. I think the highest was 128 at one time. Smart. I don't know. Yeah, Smart. That's the system they use to take out the amalgams. Just look up Smart Dentist amalgam fillings, Costa Rica. That'd be the one to look up. I looked for a place in Colombia, but they don't do it. See, immune disease ended because the freaking mercury is horrible. Geez, guys, no one would have blood clots if we all drove electric cars. And that's another thing. Do you want to be surrounded by the waves, the signals all the time? Like, I hope you guys turn off your Wi-Fi at night. Try turning, especially if it's in your bedroom, try turning your Wi-Fi off at night and see how much better you sleep. I guarantee you're going to sleep better. Clintrones, Yo-Yo Crew. What we thought about doing is once we do buy our own house, we're going to paint our house with the EMF paint, the stuff that blocks out the paint or blocks out the EMF signals. And we'll have our own Wi-Fi in the house. And when we're at home, that's on. And then, or when we go to bed, we turn it off. So that way we're not bombarded by WEF all the time. Because the other thing too is when you live in a building like this, it's not as bad in a concrete building because the signals don't travel through concrete very well. But if you're in a building that's made of wood, say for example, you have your bed here and your neighbor downstairs has their Wi-Fi right below you and your neighbor upstairs has their Wi-Fi above you, you're getting cooked. It's not good for your sleep. So then you definitely have to do the paint, and you can get the paint. Just go on YouTube, or not YouTube, Google and find it. Oh, really? No vax. No vax at all. Yeah. Try out some no vax at all, please. Funny. That was good. What's your outlook for 2023? How do you see it playing out? I'm hoping it's the bottom. The bottom is this fall going into Christmas. And then we have a slow, I think it's going to be like 2020 minus that big capitulation candle we had due to the lockdowns. I remember March 2020, we had that big drop, boom. And then things started going good. Bitcoin dropped all the way down. I think it was 7 or something, some ridiculous number low, or maybe it was even 3. I don't know. But I don't think we'll have another event like that in 2023. So it might be just a year where we're just trending sideways with a slight going up slightly up and to the right, but real slow. But if Pulse Chain launches and we get everyone excited in the crypto market for Pulse Chain, that could be the signal of the bottom. And wouldn't that be awesome? I'm sitting on a wheel of cheese with a cigar now. Oh, God. Do the free thing and smash the like button. Awesome product, natural, many things. Think from Paper Tree, whatever that is. The one that I'll be taking has wormwood in it and walnut, black walnut stuff. And those are all really good for detox. Stealth paint. Wi-Fi sandwich, that's the worst. Yeah, man. My old house in New York, I had one bedroom and it was right near a transformer. And that transformer but I could not sleep in that room because it was there was like a certain point in the room where there was only one place I could put the bed in the room, and I never felt that until I laid down. And once I did, there was a constant zzz, and man, it was so annoying. So I had to use a different bedroom in the house. Stuff serious. Yes, turning off your wireless router. Yep. Turn off your Wi-Fi on your devices as well. Turn off your signal and turn it all off at night. What's this countdown chat? Danny boy, what are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about countdown to the end of Shmita, which ends on the 26th, the last day. Phytomaterials good for blocking Wi-Fi. Remember, McAfee had a whole room covered with it. Yep. And I actually thought about this week making my own Faraday cage. And it's not hard to do, right? You can build a Faraday cage with just a metal bucket, like a garbage can, galvanized garbage can, or you can do it in a pan, put your phones in it, line it with plastic, and just make sure it's sealed up. Or take a phone and wrap it in aluminum foil, wrap it in plastic, wrap it in aluminum foil, wrap it in plastic, make sure there's no holes, and just keep wrapping it. And that's a Faraday cage. I was thinking about that just in case there is a nuke that goes off. There's an EMP device. I don't want to get any paranoid, but I don't know. Today I was thinking about Faraday cages because my buddy at the vault here in Panama, they have a Faraday cage for all their clients. So I could bring my my treasure to him, and he'll put it into the Faraday cage in the vault. So instead of just having it in a safety deposit box, which has no protection. It was how I made it was a bumblebee. Regular fasting does wonders. Yes, it does. I fast every day. I do the 18-6. Oh no, 16-8 right now. I used to do 18-6. Right now I'm doing 16-8. I love it. Those cigars. My Trump Wi-Fi just got here. Hi, Gina. Because the signal, the radio signal that they use, the like you're not supposed to stand in front of your microwave because it puts off the EMF signals, electromagnetic radiation. Well, your Wi-Fi signal does the same thing, and your Bluetooth signal does the same thing on your phones. Your phones, when it looks for a tower, it puts off radiation. That's why you're not supposed to put your phone under your pillow, as well as the chance that the battery could explode. But just turn off all signals around you, and you'll sleep so much better. Trust me. It's amazing. My wife didn't believe me until I did it for like 2 weeks, didn't tell her. Then she made comments, well, I've been sleeping really good. I'm like, no shit. This is why. My wife doesn't believe anything unless she sees it for real. Spotted cow beer, only in Wisconsin. It's a great detox. You'll empty your system the next morning. That's Balboa beer here in Panama. It'll clean you right out. Where's your next travel plan? Are you chilling while you're in the bear? I'm chilling. Absolutely chilling. If I could go, I would like to go to Toronto, see my family, because Niagara Falls is right there, and they can come across the border really quick because they only live an hour from the border. So that's what we like to do. We like to go up to Toronto, but the Canadians have lost their damn minds. You're not allowed to travel there unless you got the jab, and we're not getting the jab. Nice to sleep with the dictionary under my pillow to absorb the. You ever seen that meme with the Chinese kid? He's looking at the paper, it's doing like this. Why shouldn't I sleep with my phone to absorb the internet? Gina. You can buy them for your devices. Some are EMP-proof phones, laptops. Yeah. Instead of turning off all Wi-Fi, can I just wear my tinfoil hat to bed? Is it a microphone? No, it's not. No. I actually read about that today. A lot of people think it is, but it isn't. I don't know about the battery. We used to do this 30 minutes before bed called turn off technology. That's a smart plan. Damn, learn stuff daily. Happy Shmita. Danny boy, you're welcome, brother. I don't stop, man. I'm one of these people that ask my mom if she's still here. I used to read encyclopedias when I was a kid. I just loved information. I would sit there and read those freaking encyclopedias. Look, I'm old. We didn't have internet. There was no computer. I was barely allowed to watch TV. So I was either play outside or I was reading books. Thanks for your streams, Randy. I'm a poor pleb from the UK, not usually with you live. No problem. You're up early. I had that for my phones and tablets, considering one for my laptops. Yeah. Don Beeson tested it. Didn't work. I was very surprised. Phone on airplane mode at night for sure. Yeah, that's another option. I feel like a prisoner in Canada. Sorry, Danny. I just want to go see my family. The only one that's seen my son is my mom. That's it. My real dad, stepmom, my stepdad, my brother, nobody's met my son. He hasn't met his cousins, and they're all within an hour away from, or an hour and a half away from the border. Is it safe to make love with a guy after he's been jabbed? Will he give me... please. No, you'll get the monkey thing. Government ever even froze bank accounts that supported. Yeah, Danny, I know. I have lots of Canadian friends. We just had we had a birthday party for one on this Saturday. It was amazing. And our Canadian friends, they were telling us everything that was going down, why they left Canada, moved to Panama. Exactly. Reading is the best. That's my mom. Yep. Love my country, but the government's got to go. Yeah. I just ordered my new passports too. Oh, nice. Definitely calling Wales only to get his cigar recipe. Really, anymore needs to Shmita this drama teacher we call him. Jeez, you guys. All these Canadians, they're getting pissed. We were poor, and I definitely remember a gigantic collection of Encyclopedia Britannica and a ton of popular mechanics mags. Yep, exactly. We have the same things. All right, folks. Well, it's time to go. It's time for me to get some rest. Tomorrow's 6-day countdown. Oh my God, nerve-wracking. Winnipeg here. Jeez, lots of Canadians. Welcome. In the 90s, I was one of 9 reps across the country with the old high radiation cell phones. Oh my God. 2 of 9 reps had brain surgery behind the ear they used for the phones. Exactly. Be careful. Can't wait for you in the waters above. Yep, that's the 21st. Everyone stand by. Alberta. Nice. All right. Yeah, our friends that we had, they're from Saskatchewan. They have their big belt buckles. All right. Cheers, everyone.